Events are teachers, learn from them. Sometimes in 2018, we went to a town in northern Nigeria, that's Kaduna to be precise. We were there for a conference, a leadership conference. That's a conference for some young and active leaders. And I recall that we finished the conference and it was time to have our lunch. And I walked up to the service points. At the service points were two rows. I saw people queuing up in two rows. So I found out that on one row they were serving some continental meals, and on the other row they were serving an indigenous northern Nigerian meal. We call it tuwo for the people that had been to the north before. And it was quite exciting for me because I had my National Youth Service Corps in Jigawa State, where I was used to taking that meal. Sometimes that was probably sometimes in 2002. So returning to the north in 2018 was quite exciting for me, and I thought that it was a good opportunity to have a repeat of that northern delicacy. So I got on the queue for two, and suddenly, after about 2 or 3 minutes of queuing, getting to the service point, I looked back and I saw that behind me were quite a number of members who were quite younger than myself, who also queued behind me. And when they found out that I was on the queue to take the local northern delicacy, they then told me that, why are you on this queue? I said I queued here because I wanted to, and they said no, they don't want to, that they would rather go on the other queue for the continental delicacy. And they had to then go and queue again, which took them another 3 to 5 minutes before they would get to the service point. And the lesson I learned from that, because I asked them, so why did you queue behind me? They said because they saw me on that queue number one. Did you ask why I was on the queue? They said no. They just assumed that the queue they find me, that anywhere they find me, it was good and proper for them to also be there, not thinking of why I was on that queue. As a leader, it got me thinking. So what it means is that people will do things not necessarily because they even understand what they are doing, but because they just see you do it. And I then said to myself, wherever you are, whatever you say or do, people begin to read you as their scripture, not necessarily reading the scripture. So my challenge to leaders is to be mindful of where you queue, because when people see you on the queue, they basically just queue up, regardless of the reason for which you're on the queue.